problems that were given to you. I just wanted to make sure that everything was captured on those sheets, even if it's redundant. Okay. There's an example on your sheet on matrices, but I just wanted to walk you through one and then throw one at you so you can try it out. Super simple, not that hard. What's nice about the matrices stuff, it appears as all being algorithmic. So if you have, let's say A was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and B was something like this. So I just made up two matrices so this will work out. Matrix multiplication only works out. What's the size of this matrix? I told you yesterday. I have no idea if you okay, so you remember something. That's good. 2 by 3, 2 rows, 3 columns. Rows come first, columns come second. What's the size of this one? So matrix multiplication only works if these two inner numbers are equal. Yes, you'll see why in a sec when I go through the mechanics. So I don't know. I've seen some problems where they've been given where they give something that can't be matrix multiplied, and they ask you if it can be matrix multiplied. So these two inner numbers have to match up. If something like that's asked, that's a quick and easy. Like if it doesn't match, you can just go on. It doesn't match, you can't do it. So these two inner numbers have to match for you to start. Let's say you forgot that fact and you just drove on. The way you do it, you'll find out. Step 1. I'm not going to write this out steps, it's just mechanics. You take the first row and dot it with the first column. Yeah, that's nice. I'm going to just bleed over into this one so I have space. So this is first row, dot, first column. And then the second thing would go over here. You take the first row and dot it with the second column. So I'm going to slide over here. Can you guys still see? Okay, so first row dot for a second column is 1 times minus 1, 2 times minus 3, plus 3 times 1. So this is first row dot second column. And down here, what do you think would go down here?
Second row, first column.
Right. So you take the second row, first column. Second row dot first column gives you this. Over here we go second row dot second column. So over here you go second row dot second column. 4 times minus 1 plus 5 times minus 3 plus 6 times 1. Do I have to work out these numbers after arithmetic? I figured you guys all got into West Point. Everybody knows arithmetic, right? Just be careful with the minus signs, because if something's asked where you just multiply two matrices, then you want to make sure that you get that right. And the biggest place is just making an arithmetic error. So if I had to do it on a test, I would just pull out a calculator and make sure that everything's correct. The size of the resulting matrix is going to be like those inner two pieces were erased. and you should get a 2 by 2 as an answer. So this guy here is a 2 by 2. So I can think of all kinds of questions where you can just test for that. I could give you 2 matrices and ask you what the product size is going to be. So let's make up a few, make sure you can do it.
Answers as like a 2 by 2 matrix.
Yes. Got it? These two inner numbers must be equal to do the actual multiplication. And the outer numbers would be the dimensions. Okay. I'm not sure that anything like this is on the T, but here's some questions. I'm going to give you some mock questions and see what you can do.
It's just that the inner numbers. So the 3. What is my column? The columns are. The column first on the row. So that one would not be wrong.
Bring it on 2 by 4. All right, tell me.
They can be multiplied by 2.
Yes, that's the only one, right? It can't go the other way. Matrix multiplication is not commutative. When I was a kid, they'd always start off every math class with these laws: commutative law, distributive law. My teacher even made a song about it. Do you guys still start classes like that, math classes, where they give you all the rules, what you're allowed to do? No? You're not allowed to, A times B is not equal to the same as B times A. And it ruins a lot of stuff, actually. But, so it has to be order A times B, because the matrix multiplication won't even work out if you try to go the other way. So the only one you can do, answer here is the next question I could ask is, what's the resulting matrix size? Try to make it strange. What's the size of the matrix then? You said A times C is the only one possible.
Yeah, 3 by 4.
Yes, it'd be a 3 by 4. The inner numbers would disappear and you'd just be left with the outer numbers. As a professor who's been teaching for a long time, this is a bad question, because if the student messes up the first one, then you might get some really bizarro things showing up on the second one. So these staircase questions are not good, and they might actually know something. So it's like not a good way to assess. But just making up a weirdo problem for you. you see some kind of questions that could be asked. Got it? So that's a nice part about the matrices, at least the computations are all simple.